After working with major banks like the Central Bank of Italy and JP Morgan, Polygon now has their sights on a different region, teaming up with one of the biggest banks in Latin America. Another crypto project that is looking to really take advantage of crypto adoption in this region is QUANT, who recently partnered up with LAC Chain, a consortium of 12 different countries who are harnessing the QUANT overledger for easy cross-border payments and tokenized currencies. You can expect to hear about all of this and more in today's daily market update. So Polygon has actually launched a Colombian peso on their blockchain, aiming for the 10 billion remittances market through NUM Finance, who already issue stablecoins pegged to the Argentine and Peruvian local currencies. So named NCOP, the token is over-collateralized by reserve assets and allows people and businesses to transfer, pay, earn, and save money using blockchain rails, in this case, Polygon. So they say here, currently Colombia is one of the main recipients of remittances in Latin America, with nearly USD 10 billion flowing into the country, and NUM Finance is looking to capitalize on this through Polygon. Now, Polygon here has not been, this is not their first, partnership in Latin America, okay? Polygon has focused a lot in Latin America as of recently, and I think a main reason for that is that Latin America is one of the fastest growing regions for crypto adoption. So this was the 2022 report on Latin America, and what they say is it is the 7th largest cryptocurrency market in the index, and this is from Chainalysis, right? So a very reputable on-chain analysis firm. Hence the name Chainalysis. And what they're saying here is that they actually have seen about 40% year-over-year growth in crypto recipients in Latin America. Latin America is also home to 5 of the top 30 countries in last year's at this point crypto index, with Brazil in 7th place, Argentina in 13th, Colombia in 15th, Ecuador in 18th, and Mexico in 28th. So clearly Latin America is a very key area for these crypto companies to really just penetrate, and Polygon here is looking to do so with a ton of moves they have been making in this market. So we can see here, let's take a look at what they've done this year. Ripio offers an inflation hedge in Argentina, and Ripio Portal, Ripio Wallet, and Ripio Trade, a fiat to crypto on-ramp, are joining the Polygon ecosystem and will use their protocols to build a scalable B2B blockchain. Lemon Cash is a crypto wallet with a twist, also founded in Argentina and looking to deploy on a Polygon subnet. And this has 1.8 million users, which will be bringing them into the Polygon ecosystem. Now, this is a big one here. Nubank, 70 million Brazilian users headed for Web3. So Nubank is one of the biggest banks in Brazil. In fact, it has grown to become the second most valuable financial services company in Latin America. And this year, Nubank launched NuCoin, a no-charge token that rewards user engagement. NuCoin is secured by Ethereum and built on Polygon supernets. Airdrops of NuCoin began in March, available exclusively to Nubank's 70 million customers in Brazil. Brazil's BTG issues a USD-backed stablecoin. So BTG Pactual, one of Latin America's largest investment banks, launched BTG Doll, and it was in fact built on Polygon. And then we got Pinta. This is a one-to-one stablecoin that is good for 1 pint of beer at bars and restaurants throughout Argentina. So very cool there. We also had, this was Vitalik actually showcasing, I believe this was, no, I thought this was the launch of the Polygon ZK EVM, but it wasn't. So voting with Xcapit wallet, this is also another Latin American thing that is associated with Polygon. And finally, what we just covered, a stablecoin for remittances with NUM Finance. So clearly Polygon has been making tons of moves in the Latin America region, and not just there, right? We actually just spoke this most recent week about how Italy's central bank has tapped into Polygon to help institutions dabble with tokenized assets. And mainly what they're looking at is the so-called institutional DeFi for security token ecosystem over a 6-month period. The platform aims to help traditional financial institutions to experiment with security tokens and execute transactions using DeFi rails in a safe and regulated manner. The initiative comes as central banks globally work on central bank digital currencies and explore ways to incorporate blockchain technology into the existing payment system. And meanwhile, tokenization has become one of the hottest trends in crypto, as TradeFi institutions and digital asset firms are placing old school instruments, including bonds and equities, onto the blockchain. We actually saw here JP Morgan as well tapped into Polygon and used Aave as well as the decentralized exchange Uniswap. So basically what they did was they swapped Singapore's dollar for the Japanese yen through Aave via the Polygon blockchain. And once again, showing you Polygon is definitely one of the preferred choices from institutions. And that is what we look for when it comes to altcoins, because that is where the big money comes from. Not from retail, but from institutions, from banks, from governments who are looking to get into crypto. And not to mention the asset managers like BlackRock, Fidelity, the list goes on. So to wrap things up on that note, I do want to talk about QUANT. This is another altcoin that has tons of connections to financial institutions. And we've spoken about this project and their multiple connections on the channel here. I think one that gets discussed not as much is their work with LAC chain. So for starters, the QUANT Overledger allows for the institutions to actually create their very own tokenized assets that will interact on any blockchain that is compatible with the QUANT Overledger. So QUANT is not a blockchain. QUANT powers a piece of technology called the QUANT Overledger, which allows for these institutions to create their own tokenized assets, including digital currencies, alternative asset digitization, supply chain monitoring, commercial bank tokenized deposits, carbon credits, fund tokenization. And then what they can do is take these tokens and actually bridge it to any of the blockchains that are supported via the QUANT Overledger. So providing an all-in-one solution for these, for these big players to basically make their own tokenized assets and transfer it to the blockchain of their choice that is supported by the QUANT Overledger, with the QUANT token being the altcoin that does power all of the transactions through this technology. And I do want to go to their partners here, because we really don't talk about their partnership with the LAC chain too much, but it definitely does deserve some attention, as LAC chain is not a small partnership whatsoever. Their mission is to accelerate the development of a regional distributed ledger technology based ecosystem, and in this case, the DLT of choice was the QUANT Overledger. So this partnership between LAC chain and QUANT uses Overledger for established banking partners to benefit from an interoperable infrastructure for fast, easy cross-border payments and implementing different use cases throughout the region by using tokenized currencies. And the last time I checked, the LAC chain had 12 countries involved in the organization. That is now up to 17 countries that will be working with QUANT through the LAC chain. And what they're looking to do is provide interoperability capabilities for LAC chain to other DLTs supported by QUANT's unique Overledger technology, effectively meaning that the Overledger can connect to other DLTs as well. So not only cross-blockchain, but also cross-DLT capabilities. Number 2, providing Overledger's gateway capability for LAC chain participants to integrate with resources and DLNs across the Overledger network. And 3, enabling multi-DLT payments and other capabilities through QUANT's patent-pending multi-DLT token technology. So LAC chain is a global alliance for the development of the blockchain ecosystem in Latin America and in the Caribbean. And there are many individual DLT networks currently in use, but these networks do not meet the requirements such as scalability, governance, and transparency. Now, LAC chain is looking to address these limitations through QUANT Overledger, which does allow for interoperability, fast cross-border payment systems for the region using tokenized currencies, and the LAC chain is using QUANT's patent-pending multi-DLT token technology to power a new range of solutions, from transferring money between private individuals to government and corporate payments, as well as many other future use cases. So clearly the QUANT Overledger is a key piece here in terms of interoperability and tokenization, all of which is powered by the QUANT token, and that is why I do remain bullish on this altcoin, as they've been making some really big partnerships and collaborating with major players in the traditional payment space, such as the Bank of England, the Bank for International Settlements, the Bank of Canada, Oracle, LAC chain, Nexi Group, MasterCard, Amazon, and Barclays, just to name the ones that we have covered on the channel off the top of my head. So on that note, I hope you did enjoy the content in today's video. You know what to do. If you made it all the way to the end, you are an absolute champion. Let me know in the YouTube comments down below and claim that champion status. I am wishing you all an amazing, peaceful, and restful Sunday, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.